When we think about international trade, we usually picture cargo ships cutting across oceans or trucks delivering boxes from warehouses. But what we often forget is the true heartbeat of global commerce, port operations. Behind every shipping container that reaches your home, your factory, or your store shelf, there is a web of incredibly complex and well-coordinated activity taking place at ports around the world. These aren't just docking spots for vessels, they are 24-hour logistical machines that never sleep. So how exactly do ports support this enormous global shipping ecosystem? It all begins the moment a ship enters a harbor. Ports are more than just physical locations. They are highly organized operational hubs where cargo, customs, schedules, and machines all work in sync. The orchestration is led by two key players, port operators and harbor masters. Port operators are the commercial engines. They manage infrastructure, cranes, storage yards, terminals, workforce, all the tools needed to unload, load, and store goods. Their job is to keep cargo moving. On the other hand, harbor masters focus on safety and navigation. They monitor ship traffic, draft levels, and even weather conditions to ensure every vessel enters and exits the port without danger. In a sense, one keeps things efficient, the other keeps things safe. Together they make international trade possible. Of course, not all ships are created equal. There are container ships carrying thousands of steel boxes, bulk carriers transporting mountains of coal, or grain tankers filled with liquid chemicals, and ro-ro ships, short for roll-on roll-off, that deliver vehicles and heavy machinery. Each of these vessels requires specialized handling. A port that welcomes all of them must have cranes for containers, ramps for vehicles, terminals for fuel, and space for raw materials. It is like running a giant floating warehouse, airport, and train station all in one. To manage this complexity, modern ports rely on digital tools. Imagine tracking a single container from Vietnam to New York in real time. That is now possible through container tracking systems. These technologies offer live updates, alert stakeholders about delays, and give visibility across the entire supply chain. For importers and exporters, this is no longer a luxury, it is a necessity. Another digital marvel is the freight rate calculator. Shipping managers can compare the costs of different routes, carriers, and timelines instantly, helping them make smarter decisions that save time and money. No more guessing, no more back and forth, just data-driven precision. Then there is the shipping schedule tracker. This system provides up-to-the-minute information on vessel arrivals and departures. For port managers, this is gold. It allows them to coordinate berth space, labor allocation, customs inspections, and inland transport with incredible efficiency. And if there is one thing international logistics doesn't tolerate, it is delays. But let us talk about a more technical term, deadweight tonnage or data 2. This figure refers to how much a ship can carry, including cargo, fuel, and provisions, but not its own weight. A larger data 2 means the vessel needs deeper berths and more powerful cranes. Harbor masters constantly track this to prevent overloading or mismanagement, which could lead to dangerous. Speaking of congestion, that is the biggest nightmare in port logistics. It happens when ships pile up because there is not enough berth space, labor, or equipment. Sometimes it is due to customs delays. Other times it is unpredictable disruptions like strikes, storms, or political tension. When a port gets congested, it chokes the supply chain and raises costs for everyone, from suppliers to end consumers. Major ports like Los Angeles, Rotterdam, and Shanghai are particularly vulnerable, but smart port operations are fighting back. By using digital tracking tools, better planning systems, and advanced analytics, ports can now predict and prevent bottlenecks before they become crises. And don't forget, behind every system and piece of equipment are real people. Dockworkers, crane operators, customs officials, logistics planners, all working together to move your cargo from point A to point B. These professionals are the unsung heroes of modern commerce. So the next time you receive a package from halfway across the world, remember that it passed through a port where hundreds of things had to go exactly right. And all of it, from traffic control to crane choreography, was part of a grander design, efficient port operations. Thanks to this tightly run system, global trade continues to thrive even in times of uncertainty. Whether it is food, medicine, electronics, or cars, it all moves through the veins of seaports. And now perhaps for the first time you can appreciate just how much goes into that journey.